Onyango. Today we want to share the news and updates and values on the on the PLO Lumumba Foundation. So I want to welcome all of you that are joining this show for this afternoon, whether you're watching from the PLO Foundation page or you're watching from the Pan-African Daily TV Facebook page, or you're watching from the Susan Tata account, or you're watching from our YouTube channel. Please make sure you share the link and invite one another. What is it that we want to discuss today? We want to have an overview of what Professor PLO Lumumba stands for. We all know that he is the biggest voice. He is the critic thinker. He is also the analyst on current issues and past issues, on events happening around Africa. He has been the strongest voice out there. A lot of us know Professor PLO Lumumba just in a short while, but we don't know the activities that he's been carrying on for the past 30 years. Today, we want to talk about the foundation, the PLO Foundation, the activities, the countries that they are operating in, the projects that they have. But what is the value of this foundation? So the activities of these foundations are represented by the values that the PLO Lumumba Foundation carries out there for young people. I mean, he's been very, very articulate and vocal on issues, on corruption, on bad governance, on inspiration for young people and the need for leadership. Yes, but apart from all his tweets, all his messages, all his strong, powerful, critical, analytical points, be it from the government sectors, be it from the youth, be it from global partners with Africa, Professor PLO Lumumba is a household name in the history of Africa and African people worldwide. That is indisputable. We all know it. If there is one soul or one voice that Africans can look up and count up to today, upon the more than 1.2 billion people on the continent, and you single out one voice, one powerful voice, Professor PLO Lumumba is going to come in the first category. Yes. But apart from just knowing him like an advocate, apart from just knowing him like even a lawyer and a professor at the law school, apart from just knowing Professor PLO on his critical analytical speeches and tweets and comments, what is Professor PLO Lumumba's values about? Where does he put his focus? Where does he come from? What has he been doing in the background for more than 30 years? How do we see the visibility today? Who are the people that he has been elevating? Who are the young voices and the people that he has given life to? Now, a lot of us just know Professor PLO Lumumba is a Kenyan born. A lot of Africans, be it Nigerians or even the diaspora today, even the scholars and experts in the world of Africans today, in the world of Black people worldwide, Professor PLO Lumumba is the biggest voice of the century today that we could always compare and make reference to the Kwame Nkrumah, to Marcus Garvey, to W.E. Du Bois, and all these permanent professors. Today we are having the Professor James Small, we're having Dr. Obati Shakar, we're having, Professor Baina, we're having even Dr. Diambi, we're still going to get these royals, we're having Maponga Joshua, and all these voices of the continent today. But Professor PLO Lumumba, who is he? What is his values? We have in studio with us today one of the youngest also brains, and we want to know about his story, how he came, where he comes from to become the personal assistant of Professor PLO Lumumba. Ladies and gentlemen, today we want to talk to Amos Onyango. Amos Onyango, most of you know him like when you will call the phone, you want to book an appointment with the PLO. And you're gonna hear this subtle, sweet, calm voice, always smiling. I don't know what is with this guy. This is the kind of a young brother that when I look at him each time, when I'm low key, I call Amos. I just call him and put him on camera because the smile on his face is going to change my life in so many ways. Amos has impacted value on a lot of young people just by working on, just by being an assistant to the PA, to the PLO Lumumba, to Professor PLO Lumumba. Oh my God, what's happening with me today? I'm just so excited to have Amos sit here and laugh. For what? No, what is the point, dear Africans, that I'm talking about? I want to say, sometimes we've been hearing about all these big professors. A lot of people are also criticizing. They're not just only talking nice things about Amos or talking about Professor PLO. I mean, I've seen people who say, yeah, but apart from good speeches, what else? Yeah, I've heard people who've said, yeah, so what? But he's just one in a million. At least he is talking. At least he told us in one of the best speeches in his quotes that he said, yes, our African leaders can be toothless bulldogs, but they are dogs. They are dogs. So it's better to have a dog without a tool than even just not to have one. So, this is so amazing. Apart from being just the advocate and the powerful voice with one of the huge followers, yes, on the continent and in the diaspora, what are his values? We want to hear from Amos, who is the PA and who is also the managing board of the PLO Foundation. What are the values? What are the objectives? But from what I know, if I open up and I give him the space, I just want to break something out that is going on now. And I know in the next second, the first person that will tweet about it is Professor PLO Lumumba. Yes, first person that will send out that tweet. I bet it, watch it before midnight, you're going to get that tweet. What is happening now? We are in a situation that we could be facing the biggest, deadliest war that would occur. We still don't know. We still don't know. We've been talking about Uganda's situation. It is still not getting better. He has tweeted about it. We've been talking about the Congo, and you see even his name, Professor PLO Lumumba. Now we also know about Lumumba Patrice, right? And so you see the origins of the names and even his DNA. So he might just be on the geographical place of Kenya and being even the people of the Lu village born there, but this is an ancestor of the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is an ancestor and a reincarnation of Patrice Emery Lumumba. Is it a coincidence, a name? Is it a coincidence that this voice is speaking in the same light, Pan-African light, Pan-African, bold, straight, to the point, just like Emery Patrice Lumumba? There is no coincidence. Now, what are the values that he stands for? Like I said, one of the biggest things that could happen that we should avoid now, and I would break this news tonight on YouTube at 8 p.m. where we stream live. That should be about 10 p.m. out there for you guys watching from East Africa and other platforms. It is 8 p.m. Europe. There is a deadly conflict, as I'm talking to you, going on in Nigeria between the Yorubas and the Fulanis. And that could be one of the biggest conflicts on the continent, apart from the petty elections and the bloodshed that we're talking about. This is going to cause a big problem on the continent if the African leaders don't rise up now to stop what is going to happen in Nigeria in the next days. I bet you we're going to sit here and talk about this. But I want to call upon you to join us tonight as we are working very hard since last night to get a correspondent on, just to give us a light, what is going on there in Nigeria. What is going on? You that are watching me, if you're watching me from Nigeria, please, what is going on there? As we'll be having up these conversations, there is a deadly conflict just creeping in like what we saw in Ethiopia, but this could be even worse than Ethiopia. So stay tuned for our breaking news tonight on the Pan-African Daily TV, YouTube, and Facebook as usual. Back in studio with me, Amos, how are you doing?
I'm doing very fine, Susanna, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for giving us platform to share with Africans about the PLO Lumumba Foundation and also about young Africans who are doing amazing across the world.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amos, also for being the voice out there and putting out such great work on the PLO Lumumba Foundation and as a PA. But before we even get into this discussion for today, just tell us about you. Who are you, Amos? Where do you come from? How do you grow up? How did you even happen to be a PA of the most prominent leader on the continent of more than 1.3.52 billion people and its diaspora? How?
Now, thank you very much, Susanna, for that question. I was raised from a very humble family as the only child. My dad was a business person, my mom was a nurse, and then I grew up as the only child. And being as the only child, you know how much you're being spoiled by the parents. So then something happens all of a sudden. I happened to have lost my parent at the age of 12. So when I lost my parents at the age of 12, now things change. So when things change, being that I was in that um, love life where your parents will give anything to you when you request at any particular time. So I didn't experience the difficulties about life because you know all only children,
Sorry.
only being one child in a family, you understand that all all the benefits that even other more could have been getting, you now receive all of them. So when I lost my parents, things became difficult, and I faced challenges in street. So I sold water on street. I even worked on different construction sites just to earn some living and at least get something to take me to school. And even in my school, in my high school, I got to high school with all second items, including the uniform which I got from friends and well wishers who are willing to support. So it has not been easy, but I want to say that my high school journey, my university journey has not been easy, but I succeeded and got a scholarship at Kenyatta University under the orphans and vulnerable students. So there is when things started changing. I joined different clubs at Kenyatta University, and the club that now changed the entire of my life was the club that I founded called the Icon of Integrity Club, which I was the one who founded the club, and we had only few members who are serious. And out of the few members, and we were very committed and we were very active in ensuring that we deliver to the objective of the club. And one of the objective of the club was to sanitize campus politics. And this is something that you know across Africa that uh, campus politics reflects mostly the national politics, and it has a lot of also dirty dirty politics in it. There is no straight leadership in some of the campus politics. So our main mission on the Integrity Club was to ensure that we sanitize campus politics and we empower morally upright leaders, leaders with integrity and leaders with moral values. So we organize an event.
Hello? I think your camera is freezing. Amos? Amos? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, yes, we're having some interruptions out there in Kenya, where he's sitting at the PLO Lumumba Foundation to host this conversation with us. And yeah, I think he's having some difficulties out there with the network. He should be joining us anytime soon on this conversation. Yes, what are we talking about today? I was just giving us updates and that the situation in Uganda has not changed from what we know. Of course, we saw some pictures of a couple of lawyers that I don't know if that's true, but I read it on the news correspondent on the Pan African Daily TV Facebook page that a group of lawyers were granted access to visit Bobby Wine, and we hope that he could have access to food, to water, to the basic necessity, and particularly to health care. You can imagine the psychological effects staying there. But of course, we also saw that he hosted a very strong speech in his room where he urged Ugandans to actually stand up and don't give up and defend every bit of their vote that they put out there. So that is the situation that we're having. If you know anything about Uganda that we should know, please drop us a comment using our our WhatsApp group +491578211237. We did be happy to get the updates from you. But today we're talking about the PLO Lumumba Foundation news, projects, and updates. And Amos Onyango is here to give us a rundown of their 2021 projects, and also to give out a call and a shout out all there for all young people on the continent where they are operating to join this movement, to join this foundation, to join their leadership cause. But before we get to that, we wanted to actually know what is the values of the PLO Lumumba Foundation. Like I started by telling you, when I see what the foundation has been doing, it is amazing. There are two things. We know that our land is the biggest resources that we have. And so we cannot have land, and we are talking about hunger and hunger. That's the first thing that I want us to talk about today. Hunger is one of the things that is plaguing us. Yes, if we don't feed our stomachs, we are on empty stomach. They say a hungry man is an angry man. A hungry man is an angry man. So, but the PLO Lumumba Foundation is focusing on this direction of agriculture, and not just any kind of agriculture, but organic agriculture. That is one of the values that I know that he puts all his energy on. It is land and agriculture, but organic agriculture. The second point that I will want us to focus on today is the humanity, the spirit of Ubuntu. You are because I am because you are. Know you, know me, know me, know you. Those are the values that the PLO Foundation stands for. And we're going to see it how they've been visiting prisoners. He's been visiting the vulnerable in schools and everywhere. Those are the values that not just his speech can show you what he does. He's been on the street. He's been in the villages. He's been talking to people. And this is what we want to know. The two faces of this powerful man on the continent, not just a speaker, but a doer in the background. Amos, are you there? No, so we're just going to refresh this stream and get him back on the show after the break, please. Just hang on there. We're going to refresh to get Amos in. All right, he should be able to connect and join us now after the short refresh. So I am trying to reach him, and he's saying everything is okay right now. So let him join. Amos? All right. I see. He said power went off out there, but it is back. So he should be ready to join us anytime now. And while we're waiting for him to join us, please, let's take a break and stay in touch. We're going to have this conversation, and we'll open up the lines to take your calls and your comments on what you think about Africa today.
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home.
All right, so Amos should be ready to join us, as he's saying he's joining, and the connections are taking a little bit of time. Yes, but like I said, it's breaking out there. It's breaking out there in Nigeria, and there's going to be what we already fear, which started last night between the Yorubas and the Fulani headsmen, and we're already hearing that more than 400 or 40 headsmen actually just appeared in the night. I don't know what actually happened, and I don't want to give the story without having facts and details. So we're going to be having Femi tonight on the YouTube channel to tell us actually the situation out there in Nigeria, so that our leaders can wake up and make a stop to this deadly conflict that is going to erupt and might spread out to all the Fulani communities all over Africa as you know them. And this could be an Arab war. Yes, I'm telling you right now, it is going on. It is happening right now. So we're going to wake up, Africa. You're going to sit up to the latest development on your continent. Look at your neighboring countries and know what is going on. Don't sit in your own community and think that all is well. It is not well. We're sitting on a series of events that are happening and no news, but the Pan-African Daily TV is going to break down to you first. Yes, so stay tuned and stay faithful to this Pan-African Daily TV. So Amos is right here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Amos, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Susanna. Sorry, there was a blackout here where I am, and I suddenly disappeared. So I hope they will not put it off again. So I was at a point where I was saying that the main objective of the Integrity Club at Kenyatta University was to ensure that we get morally upright leaders. And so I happened to have organized an event that brought Professor PLO Lumumba to Kenyatta University, and that was in my second year. So the event that I organized was one of the best events that he was impressed the way it was organized, the level of our organization, and how well we were equipped in terms of the time and even how the schedule was organized. So then he was interested and he asked me if I can be part of the foundation, and he gave me his card. So by then I was in second year, so he gave me his card, and at later stage I went to his office where we discussed in length. So that's how I found myself at the PLO Lumumba Foundation as an intern. So what I wanted to share is not even about that, but to young people is that it was not easy, because I worked for the PLO Lumumba Foundation at about close to about 6 months without being paid. So, and that was a test that I was going through in terms of an interview to know if I'm able to work that kind of environment without expecting anything. So young people of my age nowadays, they don't want to work, they don't want to volunteer, to do something for themselves. So I will encourage them that it's not sometimes about money, sometimes it's about learning. And I wanted to learn, that's why I offered myself to be at the PLO Lumumba Foundation, being that he has mentored many young people. So through that, I've learned a lot, and I've authored books. Now my 4th book is upcoming, and soon it will be launched. So among the books that I've authored is Twists and Turns, is about my life, that simply to encourage other young people that no matter your background status, no matter where you come from, you can still see light at the end of the tunnel. And the other of my book is about cybercrime, that is internet bully. There is a lot of internet bully nowadays, and many people are using internet to spread hate speech, to abuse others, and even to commit cybercrime. So my book seek to propose a solution which not necessarily may solve the entire problem of cybercrime and cyberbully, but it can give option on how we can be disciplined on how we use internet. So basically, that's how my books are, the second book. And of course, the third book is now about the new curriculum in Kenya. So it talks more about the new system of curriculum in Kenya. And the new book that is upcoming is called Trapped in Waithood, and it's purely about young people. So basically, those are about what I've done. But I wanted to tell young people that through the PLO Lumumba Foundation, in brief, because you don't have time, I have managed to learn a lot, and I've opened a company now that deals with African products. We make African wear, including what I'm putting on today. This is made from our company. And in our company, we have young Africans who are working. And we train people from those backgrounds that are not that blessed, the rural background, who are doing such kind of initiative. And the main purpose of us opening that company was to inspire more young people that they can use their local products to promote Africa and even to get something for themselves. So basically, in a nutshell, that's about me. And I thank God I'm still growing, but I think that we are in the right direction.
Thank you very much, Amos. I mean, this is really a very start point, a kick point. I mean, I can imagine the story of Amos is reflected upon all you young people watching me today. I know the good ones or the spoon-fed or the golden spoon-fed ones will not even be sitting and watching the Pan-African Daily TV. But the ones that are watching us today want to learn and to get education on how they can better themselves and their continent. And this is all the Pan-African Daily TV is all about today. So if you're watching, know that Emma's story is your story. It's my story. I also come from a humble. I don't know what humble means now that we're using all these terms. I come from what the world today would call the poor of the poorest. So when we say humble, sometimes I think we still fix that term. It really doesn't define who we are. But we want to say we are the ones that come from what the world says the poorest people, where in our villages that we grow up, there is no road, there is no light, we living in, there's even no traffic. Yes, that's also where I come from, my village like that. And my parents were also pastorals and farmers. And today I'm sitting here and hosting and creating the biggest media that would connect Africans worldwide. So your story is the same. If we can do powerful things, I don't think Professor PLO Lumumba's story is different. Amos, is it different?
It's not. His story is even more powerful than mine, because most of people think that Prof came from a well-off family, but he also came from a very humble background and even schooled in slum. So his story is even a little bit of ups and downs, and as I may call it, twists and turns in my words. So we both have stories to tell, but what matters is to document the stories and to inspire other young people who may feel that they are in the same situation and they cannot make it in life.
Correct. So that is the purpose why we are channeling, to see what poverty or what the so-called less privilege can do. So, but now you move ahead and you want to give back to your community. You're not focusing on, I want to do it for myself. Exactly, that's what I saw the Professor PLO Lumumba Foundation do. Go to prisons, go to schools, go to local villages to help people, give out awards, to, everything, give sanitation in this time of health crisis and the pandemic. The PLO Lumumba Foundation has been so active in this sector. So over to you, your presentation. What is the news that we need to know? What are the projects that are coming up? On which sectors have you been operating, in which countries, and what is actually the focus? Over to you, Amos.
Thank you very much, Susanna. Just I would like to share a bit of what the PLO Lumumba Foundation is all about, and what we do at the PLO Lumumba Foundation. So I would like to share my screen.
Yes.
I hope you're able to see my screen.
Oh, 1 second. Yes. Amos?
Yes. I was just waiting my screen to be there, but assuming it has been shared already.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, the PLO Lumumba Foundation this is our main vision is to be a flagship of excellence through transformational leadership, and our mission is to work with diverse groups in the society to improve and enhance self-development and socio-economic progress. So a bit of about the background of the PLO Lumumba Foundation. It was established 30 years ago with the objective of nurturing transformational leaders across the African continent. And this is done through various things. And one of the things that we do is participation in various economic activities geared towards uplifting the underprivileged in rural Africa communities, and also to promote and restore the pride of Africa culture, identity, and diversity through our collective activities. Now, we are in line with the 7 of 17 Millennium Goals, that is the SDGs, as you may call them. And these are no poverty, zero hunger, good health, well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water, and sanitization, and industry and innovation and infrastructure. So basically, those are where we are aligned. The 7 out of the 17 SDGs, we selected the 7 that we focus on. So we are also in line with the Agenda 2063, which I think most of us are all aware about. And these are an Africa with a strong cultural identity, common heritage, shared value, and ethics. An Africa whose development is people-driven, relying on the potential of African people, not relying too much on foreign aids. An Africa which gives dignity to our women who have been historically disadvantaged. An Africa which focuses on our young people and whose potential is not fully tapped. So basically, that is a brief of what we do at the PLO Lumumba Foundation. And currently, just to mention, currently we are present in 38 African countries and 10 in diaspora. I hope you're able to see my screen. If the screen is not showing, then you can let me know so that we are both in the same.
It is okay. It is okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So as I said, currently we are in 38 African countries and 10 in diaspora, and we even welcome other young people who wish to be part of the foundation in across Africa, and even Africans in diaspora, so that we are able to push together and we are able to empower more young people together. Now, I just want to take you through a brief of some of the activities that we do at the PLO Lumumba Foundation. And if you can see the screen, this is donation and distribution of liquid hand wash. During this Corona period, we have had so very many number of cases of people dying out of the COVID-19. So, and the people in the, let me say, in the rural area have always been neglected. So we decided to distribute some of this liquid to hand wash liquid to the people in the community. Then I hope you are able to see my screen. We have distributed in different centers, children's home. There are so many places we have distributed as seen on the screen. We have distributed in prison, that is Makueni Maximum Prison in Kenya. And then we also do other donations. And if you can see my screen, this is our chapter in Ghana. And this is their annual donation. And they were donating some commodities to the rural people in an orphanage. So our main mission is to support charity also, and to support people who are not able to afford basic needs. So there we go. That was Potter Village Orphanage in Dodoa in Ghana. This was also mask donation in the Gambia, as you can see on the screen. And this is our team in the Gambia, led by Ibrima Seka, who is the country director. Then we also have agriculture. One of the things that I forgot to mention as you are starting is that the PLO Lumumba Foundation focuses on 6 thematic areas. And I'm going to mention these thematic areas. Thematic area number 1 is agriculture. Then we have health, we have education, we have creativity and innovation, we have advocacy, we have arts. So we are involved in those thematic areas, and these thematic areas is where we do our activities. And the first, as you can see on the screen, this was agriculture, one of the thematic area that we focus on, and this was urban agriculture, because you have so many young people staying in urban, but they don't know actually how to practice what is called urban farming. So the PLO Lumumba Foundation Kenya chapter got this training on urban agriculture in collaboration with one of our partners, that is Dauda Foundation. So our main objective is to at least uplift Africa, because Africa is believed to be poor, and we are not poor. We are the most blessed continent. It's only that we have not tapped our resources, and we have not taken that initiative to take part in terms of uplifting our community. So there we go. Those are the trainings that we got during the urban training, and this is done across Africa. As I said before, all our chapters are doing this, and in our calendar of activity for this year, which I'm going to share with you in our discussion, focuses all in these thematic areas, and each local chapter has its own time that they're able to participate or to benefit from such activities. So if you can see on the screen, we also have our Zambia chapter, which also had a training on the 21st day of September 2020. So our main aim is to empower people in the rural areas. And the Zambia chapter is doing amazing in terms of ensuring that the rural communities are also educated in terms of how they can do some agriculture for themselves. Then just to take you a brief because of time, we also did what is called the coalition of the PLO Lumumba Foundation chapters Pan-African quiz, where this talks about the history of Africans and where we came from and the values and the culture and all that. So our main aim for this Pan-African quiz is to motivate young Africans to participate in African activities and to appreciate the values of Africa. So we did this Pan-African quiz that was on 13th to 14th November of 2020. And the chapter that, out of the 38 chapters that we have, and 10 in diaspora, the chapter that eventually became a winner was Nigeria chapter. That was, as you can see on the screen, followed by the Liberia and then Kenya. So we do have this annually, and even this year in 2021, we are going to have this annual Pan-African quiz. And our main aim is to inspire and to empower more young people to appreciate the African culture. So there we go. We also have under education, we have what we call award scheme, where we award outstanding young people in academics. So we normally do this every year, and this year we'll also do it. We are extending it to other African chapters, though for a start we have only done it in Kenya and part of Ghana and in Tanzania, but we intend to upscale even into our 38 African countries. So as you can see, those are pictures. We are awarding outstanding from different background. We don't select which type of race you are. So we award all the people who are outstanding in academics. Those are the things we do actually in the PLO Lumumba Foundation, as you can see on the screen. And we ensure that everybody from diverse group got that opportunity to at least uh, appreciate their academic worth.
Okay.
So we also have what is called book donation. As you can see there, there is a publisher, Moran publisher, donating books to the PLO Lumumba Foundation. So basically, these books are donated, and then we take them to rural communities to help their community libraries and also children in community. This is just to uplift the people living in rural community, because most of the time people tend to focus so much in urban setup, not realizing that rural community also need to be empowered. So you can see on the screen the book donation. We donate to children's homes, high school, quite a number of places that we have donated the books. And this was just a brief of some of the places we have donated books to. Then we have under health, as I mentioned before, health is one of our thematic areas, and we have what is called annual medical camps, as you can see on the screen. So we normally go to the rural communities and we distribute drugs for free. We even do some checkups, and we offer free consultation, and these medical camp are free of charge. The community, they don't pay anything. And all this is done in the umbrella of the PLO Lumumba Foundation together with our partners. So as you can see there, those are photos of our annual medical camps. We have so many of them that we have done. We just selected few that we need to present so that you are able to know what the PLO Lumumba Foundation are doing. And most of you have been asking about that. I've been wondering why we are not on the limelight in terms of sharing what we have been doing on the ground. And this is what I wanted to share with you who are watching online, is that sometimes good things don't sell, only bad things spread. And this you will witness with so many things that are happening online. You may see that things that are trending are things that are not positive. So when you do a positive to community, very few people will like you, because there are also those people who are enemies of progress. And for 30 good years, the PLO Lumumba Foundation has been doing such activities. And what we love from ourselves is that sometimes you don't want to come and show off that this is what we are doing. We like giving back unknowingly and let the community at least enjoy what we are doing. So those are the photos of the annual medical camp. Then we normally have what is called annual mentorship program. And this is done with all our 38 African countries. We normally meet once. Last year, we were not able to meet because of the COVID-19. And this year, we hope that when things open up, we will be able to at least be able to hold one in one of the countries, either in West Africa, East, South, Central, North, when the right time comes. And we will update you, dear viewers. So we have done quite a long. Those are just photos of our previous mentorship. You can see there. And all these young people came from different African countries just to attend a conference in Kenya. Our first conference was held in Kenya, as you can see on the screen. So that is also the Sierra Leone chapter. Remember, as I told you, we have also our chapters in various countries. That is Sierra Leone chapter, and during those time we also did some mentorship when we were invited by the Anti-Corruption Commission of Sierra Leone. You can see the CEO is there together with our team in Sierra Leone with Professor. So basically that is what we do in mentorship. Just a brief to take you through for the sake of time. Then we have what is called arts. Remember, as I told you, arts is also our thematic area in terms of our programs that we run. And one of the things that we do is that we mentor young people and we promote their talents. And as you can see on the pictures, those are young people doing amazing things. And these things are being done across Africa. And even you who are viewing this, we welcome you on board. If you have any untapped talent, we welcome you on board so that at least you can learn more from other African countries. So those are just photos of talents. And so we welcome you to, we have what is called Talent Hub in the PLO Lumumba Foundation. And this year we are going to have a conference specifically for talent. So when the right time comes, we'll be able to share this with you. So apart from that, we also participate in charity. So we visit slums and areas that are not blessed. So we try to uplift these areas and we try to encourage kids and pupils in these areas. So this was Kibera, and Kibera is one of the slums in Kenya. So the PLO Lumumba Foundation and Dauda Foundation visited the place just to ensure that at least we mentor these young people and we encourage them, because some of them just need encouragement. So we have partners in the PLO Lumumba Foundation, and as you can see on the screen, we have different partners. I may not mention all of them, but you can see them on the screen. But I also want to welcome you, all young people who are watching in this platform. The Pan-African Daily TV is one of our partners that we work with, and it is the only highlight most of stories of Africa. And I would urge people who are watching today that this is the only platform that I've seen promoting African culture. I know there are so many of other platforms, but I would want to encourage you. And if you have been watching this program, I think you are appreciating the value of this particular television. So you are welcome to the Pan African Daily TV. Is one of our partners, you can see in the list. And we welcome those who will want to partner with the PLO Lumumba Foundation. If you want to support, we welcome you all. So feel free to contact us. And I think as we proceed, we'll be able to share more in terms of how you can reach out to us. So I think that was just a brief to take you, because of time, to take you what we do at the PLO Lumumba Foundation. But our flagship program is the mentorship program. And the mentorship program, our main vision and mission is to mentor young Africa to be self-reliant, not to depend on others. So back to you, Susanna. That was just a brief of the PLO Lumumba Foundation.
Thank you, Amos. Yes, sometimes we focus too much on the negatives. Sometimes we really focus too much on the top. Sometimes we dwell and pour all our energy and content on the leaders, on the governance and this. And most of the time we forget the little things, the humble steps that we've been taking, and even the voices in those villages and in those slums that are crying. But we're busy talking about politicians, how corrupt they are. So it was really a pleasure for us to step the game down, come down to really where our hearts align. Our hearts are not sitting there in Addis Ababa. Yes, we're trying to top down that, but where are our hearts? Where does they sleep? Where do they wake up every day? It is in the villages. It is in the privilege. It is in the prisons. Most of us, our love is just caged behind those gates there. It is in the hospitals. Every one woman that could not get access to proper health care, or that is losing life by giving birth to life. This is where the spirit of Africa is. The spirit of Africa has never been on skyscrapers. The spirit of Africa has never been to construct all sort of, I don't know, skyscrapers or rockets, or build army or guns in the need to develop and in the need to anticipate that we could fight war. No, this is where the values of Africa reside. And as you're watching from all the platforms, this is exactly the value of the PLO Lumumba Foundation. You have been hearing, like I said, this great man speak out on more occasions, meet great leaders, meet presidents, advise them and criticize and analyze situations and tweet and call upon us. He is not just the top president or the top leader, but he's also the kind of the one that's where his heart is. Where he sleeps every night is what we're talking about today. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the spirit of Ubuntu. Most of us that we're just talking about other things, we should not forget our lives and our heart lies where the need is. And this need are not those that are sitting on computer. We're talking about technology. These needs are not those that we're talking about what car they ride in or what land they own. These needs are just the one that want to breathe every day. Just want to wake up and they breathe and they go to bed and wake up and they breathe. Some don't even eat. Some don't even drink. Some don't even have this food. Some don't even have something to call my parents. Some of us are clinging to my mommy, my daddy, my this, my this, my this. Some, like Amos, who grew up losing their parents at 12 years, don't even know how to call these names that we all call. They don't have that privilege. They don't have even, that accommodation. Some are sleeping on the streets. A lot. Now, in the West, we know that a lot is going also there, not only in Africa, but the system has made it this way. And even on the continent of Africa, our systems have also put this in this place. But the PLO Lumumba Foundation is setting the pace. So when we say we even want Professor PLO Lumumba to sit there at the AU and be a leader, we know what we're talking about. Let's screen all these leaders and see the work they're doing for their people, apart from harassment, apart from taking the bullies and putting on the street to kill one another. No, the real leaders of Africa are rising up. And Africans are not even in that place to stand and support their work. Africans don't even have the nerves and the power to stand up for them. But when he rises and speaks, and all of us are like, you, now we have a leader that is speaking. What about you? What are you doing? Today you can make that change. We're talking about the PLO Lumumba Foundation. We're also going to have a representative of the ADDI. These are structures on which I bet on them. And we'll be bringing those structures and the representative, apart from Dr. Chikombori Arikana, apart from PLO, apart from Joshua Maponga, apart from Susan Tata that we sit here and speak. But what are the basic little things that these people die for? This is what we're going to be talking. Back to you, Amos. What does your calendar look like? Amos?
Yes. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, I heard there's a comment in the chat, and I would like you to share that opinion. Kalena Haufe from the Caribbean is asking, is it possible to have a chapter in the Caribbean? Do you have any correspondent out there, or you can say, reach out to us and we start one?
Yes, I think, thank you very much. As I said, even the country we are present, we still need people to be part of these countries. And we welcome those people who want to have the PLO Lumumba Foundation chapters in those countries. So we would like him to reach out to us via our email address and our website, and which we will share with him on the chat. I think he will receive it. Or you can alternatively give him my email address so that he can reach out. But I can mention, for the sake of others, our email address is info@plofoundation.org. So just send us email, then we'll be able to respond to you and give you details on how you can take part in these initiatives.
All right. Thank you so very much. As you heard it, now a lot of people were not even aware that the PLO Lumumba Foundation has been in existence for more than 30 years. Now, which countries are you operating? I heard you said 48, right?
Yes, we operate in 38 African countries. I may
38.
not be able to mention, 38.
Okay.
Currently, we are present in 38 African countries. I don't know if for the sake of time, I may not be able to go through all of them, but I think I can just share the document with you, Susanna. At
Okay.
a convenient time, people will be able to know which countries we are present. But we welcome all people from different African countries. But if there is time, I can share the screen with you.
All right. Amos, yeah, you're talking about the partnership. How, if one wants to create a chapter in the diaspora, particularly like in the Caribbean, like we're saying, what is it that they need to do? Do you partner there with an existing organization? I think that would be the perfect way forward, right?
Yes, for Africans in diaspora, let me say so, we partner with existing organization to make things easier. So if you have an organization for Africa that is existing, you can reach out to us. Then we are able to partner with you as the foundation. So we welcome all those who want to be part of the foundation in diaspora and also across Africa. We still welcome people to be part of this. So if you are from different countries, just send us email if you want to be brand ambassador of the PLO Lumumba Foundation or part of the leadership team or even part of the sponsors of the PLO Lumumba Foundation. We welcome you all.
All right. Yes. Like I was saying, also we are starting to create the young, passionate journalist programs, and we are working with the PLO Lumumba Foundation. So like we don't even need to create other things, right? We already have the foundation that is existing in 38 countries. Now, if you have your organizations in the diaspora and you want to connect to the continent, I think the Professor PLO Lumumba, I'm not thinking. Professor PLO Lumumba Foundation, if you are focused in the areas that they just told you, particularly for young people and leadership, then make sure you are connecting on the continent with the PLO Lumumba Foundation. That's the address for you diasporans. It's the same thing like for Africans on the continent. The diaspora organization that every African on the continent must pertain and belong or all these projects is the ADDI. These are the two big wings. Of course, we know that others are existing. We know about the Dr. Mata Namunjembo Foundation. I'm sitting also like an executive board on that foundation. And we also want to work with the PLO Foundation to, the focus of this one is the African girl child. The African girl child and the need for her to know about the warrior and the Africanness and the goddessness in her. So the Dr. Mata Namunjembo Foundation in Namibia would be working in collaboration with the PLO Lumumba, and we're going to spread all this around. So we don't need to create what is already being created. These structures are existing, and under the Pan-African Daily TV, Saturdays, 1 or 3 p.m. as you see, we're going to be bringing foundation news and updates. Which foundation is doing what on the continent, how we can collaborate and network with one another. So stay tuned, and please make sure that you are connected. And if you need that contact or the address, make sure you post your comment in on the Pan African Daily TV WhatsApp group. Amos.
Thank you. I think now maybe I can just share the countries that we are in.
Yes.
Yeah, I think my screen, you're able to see my screen from your hand?
Yes.
Yes, so these are the countries that we are present in. In Algeria, we have Akoto. I'm just going to mention because of the time. Then in Angola, we have Joella Kaniki. In Benin, we have Chimene. And Chimene is the current director, but we need a deputy. So anybody who is interested also in taking part of this can reach out to us. In Botswana, we have Shamil, Agosi, and David. In Burundi, we have Charles Rukundo and John. In Cape Verde, we have Erika. In Congo DRC, we have Ariel Buzera and Jocelyn Tunga. In Cote d'Ivoire, we have Kasiama Sibiri and Ogo. In Equatorial Guinea, we have Mohamed Savani. We still don't have a deputy director, so anybody who is willing to take part, you are also welcome. In the Gambia, we have Ibrima Seka and Algay. In Guinea-Bissau, we have Jawad Sane. We still don't have deputy. In Kenya, we have Akida Wangara and Catherine Mbite. In Liberia, we have Arthur Wawele and we have Amos Samuka. In Malawi, we have Gift Kananji and Duncan Chirwa. In Namibia, we have Rengi Ason Muti. We still don't have a deputy, so Namibians, you're also welcome to send your request to participate in the PLO Lumumba Foundation. In Rwanda, we have Amon Muberuka and Obed. In Senegal, we have Jagan and Abu Mandela. In Somalia, we have Hamed Jama and Ahmed Abdi. In South Sudan, we have Alphonse Andrew Laku and Khalid. In Tanzania, we have Joram Nkumbi. In Uganda, we have Monica Kayesu and Hassan. In Zimbabwe, we have Alpha, and there are also new people in Zimbabwe. So those are the countries we are present in Africa. Then in diaspora,
Amos,
these are the countries we are present. Yes?
You are not
Yes?
present in Cameroon. How come?
Oh, I think I didn't mention it. Just a minute. We are present in Cameroon. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I just want to give out the name. Just hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, here is it. Huh? So in Cameroon, we have Elvis Yumbi and Barrister Ernest.
Okay, we're going
Is
to
there
give
any country that have left?
Yes.
In Egypt, we have Hassan. Any country that I'm leaving out? Then Ethiopia, we have Teferi.
Okay.
Yes, so if I've left any country that is missing in the list, then that means that the country is still not represented. So we welcome all Africans who are willing to take part in the foundation to reach out to us and work together as we unite Africa.
All right, I'm already seeing a candidate that is saying he would be interested in Sudan. This is El Hadi Ibrahim. So could he just write directly to the info at PLO Foundation?
Yes, let him write to us and let them send for us their CV. But for people in for the people in diaspora, please reach out to the Pan-African Daily, because the Pan-African Daily TV is our partners and they're the one taking part to identify which people we should work with in diaspora.
But can you already just say the 10 countries in the diaspora and the regions and so that the other diasporans that are watching also could sign up?
Yes, let me just mention the 10 countries. The first country is Belgium, which we have Samuel Irisho. The second is Germany. Then we have Italy.
Yes.
We have Norway. But all these need deputies. We have Swaziland. We have Turkey. We have United Arab Emirates, which is headed by Salifu. We have United Kingdom, headed by Fred Jamoa and Tracy. So basically, those are the countries that we are present. You can see United States. As you can see, United Kingdom, Arabs. I've just repeated so that you're able to see the countries we are present in diaspora.
Okay, so we're calling on all the diasporans and all the countries, please register your organizations, because when we have your organizations, then we can partner. Like I said, we don't have time to build the Africa we want. We already have existing structures on the ground. And when these structures are in charge of mobilization, so whatever projects we have, like we're studying the history and culture, and we're putting up the media to the point where it's supposed to define our objectives, our values, our spirituality, our culture, but then we need to go back to our history. These structures are already existing, the PLO Lumumba Foundation in these countries, and mobilizing the young people that we need to empower for the Africa that we want. You get the point? So it is upon us now, all the organizations in the diaspora, be it the UNAI, be it other chapters like Sons of Africa that we have there, we're putting up these collectives of data to start collaborating with these existing structures that we have. With the ADDI, we all rally under. Now, with the existing structures on the continent, we build this bridge. And now we can start educating and empowering our people. Without this structural adjustment, we are still going to be hanging on the air. Pick one here from Nigeria, pick one there from there. For instance, we have a deputy in Nigeria, as you've said. Now the conflict in the Hausa and the Yoruba, we should be able to get young people to sensitize them on what is actually going on, why these conflicts, who are the origins of this conflict. That is what history is going to teach us, why the conflicts, why the hunger, why the poverty, why the wars, why the illiteracy, why the whys of Africa. Is the time for us to put a structure so that we can start addressing all these questions together. So yes, send your contact. If you have an organization and you're ready to partner with the Professor PLO Lumumba Foundation, there is the doorway for you to get access to Professor PLO Lumumba. You get what I mean? So yes. All right. So Amos, what is it that we need to know again?
So I think, yes, I'm here. Yes. So I think we welcome all Africans of goodwill to take part in supporting these activities wherever you are. Supporting does not mean that you must have money for you to support. You can support by just offering your time to talk to young people also across Africa if you are an expert in different field, because we also have what is called mentee and mentors. And all of us are mentees and all of us are mentors in one way or the other. So we welcome all people who want to be part of this to just ensure that they reach out to us so that we're able to unite Africa together.
Absolutely. Amos, there's one thing that I want the audience and the diaspora to understand about this. We have been talking, or the PLO Lumumba or Professor PLO, be it Maponga Joshua and all these voices, the one big thing that we've been talking is about the transfer of skills from our diaspora to the continent, and also the transfer of the continent to the diaspora. Anyway, that will not come that much from that essence, but we want to get the skills and the knowledge. But you heard us yesterday with Professor James Moore and even Professor Oba Shaka saying we would have to screen those skills. We would have to screen them. Are they Afrocentric or Western-centric ideas that we just want to transplant by even initiating and facilitating all these processes on our young people? Now, these mentee programs that you're talking about, and even the mentors, how Afrocentric are they?
I think, first of all, thank you for that very good question, Susanna. And just as you could see on our presentation, you have seen that all our activities were done in Africa, and if not Africans, then there must be somebody who is brought up or raised in Africa. It doesn't matter about the color, because color sometimes is not defined by you being an African. But if you could see, we have people who have been raised in Africa, though the color might be white, but they're raised in Africa. So they're African, because African is not about your skin, it's about your ideals and your idea into making Africa a better place. So as you can see in our previous presentation, we welcome everybody who is willing to give back to Africa and to make Africa great. And we have mentees and mentors board. And this is what I forgot even to mention. Under the board of management, we have the patrons, we have the advisory board, we have the mentees and the mentors board. So all these people come together. And also in this board, we have even patrons who also have mentees who are young, because there are some patrons who are old who cannot even know how to go about their machines and things like that. So we have young people from Africa who are teaching them, because some of them are old, because we get also some mentorship from the old people. So we welcome everyone, because all this is based on Africa.
Yes. All right. That was not the point that I was, but don't worry. We'll get to that point. We'll get to that. Some people are talking about the need to build these bridges, and I even had some questions, because you manage not just the on the board of the PLO Lumumba Foundation, but now we're talking about PLO Lumumba as a professor. As a professor, you manage his calendar. You manage his calendar. I mean, we just want to get a little bit of insight. What happens if I call and I want to talk to Professor PLO?
Okay, our calendar. Thank you very much for that question.
Yes.
Susanna, our calendar sometimes is very busy. I call it our calendar because we work together. So PLO's calendar, Professor PLO Lumumba's calendar is very, very active. Like, people start booking like even 2 years before, some even 1 year, some even months before. Others also just come as a day, 2 days. So it cuts across, because you have individual differences across Africa. But I must say that the schedule is very tight. Already this year we are booked already up to August. So anybody who want to invite Professor, we can work from August going forward, because the dates below August are already taken. So you just send us your email as mentioned before, and the email that you should use is the same email that we gave out to you. That is info@plofoundation.org. But if you also want to copy the email to me, you can reach out to me at aonyango@plofoundation.org. aonyango@plofoundation.org. So I think I'll just type it when once I finish this. But we welcome everybody who wants to invite Professor, though we have our terms and conditions in terms of inviting Professor, because not all activities Professor is able to attend. And we also want to know which type of activities are these, because some activities are not aligned with our values, with our core values as the foundation. So any activities that may not be aligned with our core values, we may not attend.
Correct.
And we are always glad to tell the host that we are sorry we might not attend this, because it is not in line with our values. So we groom all these invitations, and we see, because also we don't want to waste our time in terms of people who invite profs, because we must make a change to any place that professor goes, like any invitation. We want to see the impact. It's not about talking and talking and talking the narrative and no impact, no change in terms of the practicality. So that's why we are very much sensitive in terms of the people we accept the invitations. And also even in terms of appreciation of prof's time, because most of the time people you may send invitation, and he's also a family man. He also needs to bring food on the table. So we try our best to ensure that you appreciate his time by having a certain fee. And
Correct.
This depends on an activity. Yeah, this depends on an activity. So that is basically how we accept invitations. But we welcome all the invitations across Africa, and we don't choose that this one is bad or what. But what I said previously is that we groom them. But so long as you send an invitation to Professor inviting him, then we are able to give you opportunity.
Okay. Thank you very much on that. I'm going to ask you a very direct question, and please feel free to give your opinion and on it. Now, the PLO Lumumba Foundation is present in Uganda, isn't it?
Yes, the PLO Lumumba Foundation is present in the Ghana, and Ghana has been very active. I
I'm
think
talking
when I
about,
was taking you through the process, I
I
think
talk
there are
about
some countries that I forgot to mention.
I talked about Uganda.
Oh, Uganda, yes, yes, yes. We are
All right.
present in Uganda, but we still don't have an office in Uganda.
Okay.
So
All
we
right.
are making arrangements of that, but we have our representative in Uganda.
Now, concerning the conflict or the uprising because of or the situation of the elections, did you manage to undertake some? I mean, what was the situation or the position of the organization out there?
I think there is a sense in which some of our African leaders need to realize that we cannot stay in power for life, and young people must be given chance. And I will say this bluntly because whatever is happening in Uganda is something that ought not to have happened. Because young people are really struggling to bring change in this continent, but they're not being given platform. They're not being given that chance. And whatever has happened in Uganda, I think is a demonstration to the entire continent that you are now certain that there are some people in power who don't want to give young people a chance to lead.
Mhm.
Because no matter how good dancer you are, as they normally say, you must have your time to leave the stage. And how do you even nurture young people if you can't leave the stage? So
Correct.
whatever happening in Uganda, we are very much aware about it, and we are very much aware of the brutality going on and the frustrations going on to the to Bobby Wine. So we are very much concerned to the government of Uganda on whatever is happening. And if they are listening to us, we request you that you give young people chance to lead, because at long last we'll all go. This is something that people don't know. But what are you leaving behind? Which legacy are you leaving behind?
Absolutely.
Just as others have gone. They have left some legacy, some are bad legacy, some are good legacy. So, to the government of Tanzania, I will just have one thing for them. Which legacy are you leaving to this generation of young people? Because most of the time we complain that young people are not coming out. And Susanna, you bear me witness.
I bet.
Most of the time, we keep on saying, oh, young people, they are lazy, they are not outstanding, they don't participate. Now that many young people are coming to limelight, and not even in Uganda, in many parts of Africa,
Mhm.
there are some people who have overstayed in power and they don't want to pass on the baton to young people. And this is why I like my mentor and my boss, Professor PLO, because he's giving young people the platform. And you can see me even, I'm one of the youngest people working in the foundation, and I manage the entire thing. So we need to groom people who will take over
Mhm.
after, not grooming our sons, not grooming our relatives. We groom people who want to be in these positions. So whatever is happening in Uganda, the government of Uganda must know that whatever is doing is not right. We need to give young people opportunity to take up the leadership position and also to make an impact. That is how you can mentor, and that is how you can make a change to young Africans and even Africa across.
Amos, you're so straight on it, and I hear the clear voice on you. Yes, that is the point. You know, the question, Amos, like you say, I bear you witness, is Africa would always remain where it is because of the passation and the preparation of the takeover. Which country on this earth and this continent do not prepare its young people? Which one? So that is why the PLO Lumumba Foundation is a flagship where a government, a leader that focuses on the young people. Now, we all know him as a great speaker, an advocate, a professor, a lawyer, and he's been talking to the top. But today we're talking about the little thing where his heart lies on. It is really the young people. That is the model that we are talking about developing Africa. In our homes, we see these very structures, Amos. It is not only on the leadership, it starts from the homes. Even that president sitting there doesn't, until he dies, he will not even give that seat to his son or his daughter. I'm saying even from the home, until he dies, before you take the will to inherit. What if even this issue of inheritance from our African cultures start when the children are still young? This is going to inherit a company or a government or a system. Why do you not start training those kids now? But you wait until you're dying, then you say, I give. So that is selfishness. That is ego. And you know what these leaders do, just like parents who are doing that? Like I said, it all starts from a home. They wait and they dictate the terms of how you want to take it. So that's why the corruption, the bad governance, and everything is being transferred according to the desire of the leader that was a father. It's not different from our homes. It is the same thing. The father is bringing up the child, will never teach him any love values, or the mother or anything. But then when they're growing old, they start dictating the terms of which you have to get property and stuff. There is no difference in these two systems. We have to stop it. Amos, what is your opinion on it?
Yes, and Susanna, there is something that I want to talk about to the people listening, and especially to the African leaders and African president across Africa. There is this tendency that is now upcoming, which is not good at all, Susanna. And the tendency is most African presidents are using their machineries, that is their powers, to frustrate young, innocent people who are coming up to at least stand for what is right in the society. This is because they fear of being told the truth that here you went wrong, you need to do this way. So this is my message to all African presidents who are listening to this conversation, is that you must begin to learn and understand young people. You must begin to give young people a chance also to hear their opinions, because we all need each other. You are not, you don't have everything. You need us for you to make a country better. So by the time you keep on eliminating young, energetic people who have wisdom to at least share with you and make that government a better place, then who will support you? Because eventually you'll not stay there for life. You'll automatically die. And this one I'm saying blunt. Even the current presidents who have stayed in power for so long, you will eventually die. And which history are you living? Which legacy are you leaving behind? Are you leaving legacy that people will hate forever, or you are leaving a legacy that people will admire? So think about it. We can think of money, we can think of having all that we want, all the wealth that we want on this world, but that will not help you eventually, because we leave this wealth in this world. What will help you is the good name that you take home, and good name can only be built when you respect other people's life, when you respect other people's opinion, when you respect other people's idea. But so long as you pretend and you put yourself to be the only person, and you cannot be advised and you cannot accommodate young people's idea, then I'm very sorry, you have lost it.
Absolute. Thank you very much, Amos. That's the strong voice of the youth. And Amos is currently the management board of the PLO Foundation, and also the personal assistants, the closest, who manages, as a matter of fact, Professor PLO Lumumba. So you're watching him now live on the Pan-African Daily TV. We'll be opening up the lines to take your suggestions and your questions and your comments. But one clear message that we want to give out to you young people is, of course, it's not only about just asking the old people to leave. It is also about you seizing that opportunity to contribute. And the biggest part that you need to do is to get a lot of knowledge, too much knowledge you need. You know, too much knowledge we need now to outperform all these, I don't know what I can call them. All these are stubborn fathers. We need to also play them around. But you need to know the game. You need to understand the structures of Africa. You need to talk to kings. We're going back to our royals. How were we before? So the mistakes that they're even doing that we want to inherit, we don't want to inherit their debts. We don't want to inherit their bad leadership. We don't want to inherit their bad governance. What should we be doing now? While we are preparing the young people to take over Africa, we want to change that game of that colonial mindset. Want to change the brains. So young people, it is your time, but you need to be ready. Don't just rise up and say, I want to bring a change. I want to do this. We want to be ready so that when we taking it, remember the words of Dr. Obashaka, he's a warrior that never lose any battle. So we're not going to lose battle and then they catch us and then they imprison us and then they put us on house arrest and expect us to die of hunger. No, we would have to plan it so well. We are on the Pan-African Daily TV. We are not putting any skeletons in the cupboards. Yes, we are telling our stories and uncovering even the uncomfortable side of who we are. That is the Africa that we want. So I want to thank all of you for being here, and I'm opening up the lines now to take up some calls and hear your impressions about that, and particularly those of you who would like to connect to the PLO Lumumba Foundations on the continent and its chapters. Remember, you send an email to info@plofoundation.com or .org. Am I right? Yes. But also, all of you that are watching me from these various platforms, you also have to know that we have to build the Pan-African Daily TV. So you need to contribute. Go and make a donation on our satellite funding. It is right there. We've sent a link. Just click and put Pan-African Daily TV satellite funding. You're going to get our GoFundMe link, and you can contribute. But you can also contribute on the show as we are talking every day. We need to grow from one step or the other. And we know that all of you millionaire Africans are out there watching us. It is time for you to give back to your continent and your people. It is your right to do that. And it is also the right of the poor to get rich through the rich Africans and other people out there. That is equality. That is fairness. That is human right. So I'm picking up the calls. The lines are open. Call on +49 1578 211 2379. Wherever you're calling from, we are going to take your call. Over to you, Amos. Apart from just doing this, you talked about, I've been seeing you promoting some Made in Africa fabrics and this. Where are you located? How can they order products from you? I want to start dressing African. Kofi is always talking about my dress sometimes. Now, I should not be so Eurocentric. Kofi Zuma. Yes. So, Amos, how can I order?
I think you were breaking a bit, but I think I've understood the point that you are trying to raise up about the African products. Now, as I mentioned earlier on when we were starting this conversation, is that through the mentorship of the PLO Lumumba Foundation, I got to start a company together with other young people who are part of the company. And what we do in this company is to mentor young people to appreciate African products, African wear. So we make different things from bags, accessories, shoes, anything African. We do it in our company. So we welcome people who are watching this, that we have our pages where you can go and follow us. That is on Instagram.
Amos, conclude. There's a caller on the line. Just conclude what you want to say.
Okay, I'm saying they can reach out to us by just searching Lawi Africa in all the social media. Our name is just one.
Okay.
Lawi Africa. Yeah.
But you can order from the AfroWorld.tv. The Amos Foundation and the PLO are all already on the Africa Facebook network, the AfroWorld.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm picking up the calls now. Time is money. Hello? Please keep the calls short. Very, very short, please. Hello? Yes, we can hear you. Hello. No. Your volume, please. It's still very low. I can hear you, but I don't know if the audience is hearing you. Can you be a little bit audible? Increase your volume.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you have solutions, who do you go to for funding in this Pan-African movement? Is there a certain person you go to?
To fund the Pan-African Daily? Yes, you have our WhatsApp number. Click on the WhatsApp. All right.
Yeah, but who do you go to get funding to have solutions implemented?
I don't know if I really understood you. Like, you want to put a project for funding?
Yeah, no, I have a solution.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't have funding. So who do you go to as African people?
Okay.
Is there a certain name, a person that you go to?
All right. Let me ask Amos. Amos, does the PLO Lumumba Foundation fund projects?
Okay, what I can say, we fund some of the projects, but what we do is that we have to know which type of project is it. So he can share with us which project he has, then we'll be able to advise if we are able to fund it or we are able to refer somebody who can be able to assist.
Okay, good. You heard him. If you have projects, you have to apply and then they would see it. From the Pan-African Daily TV, we have a lot of foundations, but right now they're still putting the structure to know which projects are eligible for funding. At that right time, we'll communicate to you.
Okay, so is there an email I can contact?
info@PLO Foundation or panafricandailytv@gmail.com. It's rolling on
Okay, I'll do that.
It's rolling on that board that you're watching.
Okay, I can see it. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you for your call. Yeah. So maybe the next topic next time, Amos will be talking about the projects that are fundable. How can people apply to get a funding or funds for their projects from the PLO Lumumba? And if not, which other communities are? But also you watching us, if your organization is offering funds and can support projects in whatever sector on the continent, please do contact us and we will pass over that information. Thank you very much. Okay, we're rounding up because we would have to catch up again at 20 p.m. on the breaking news about the situation in Nigeria, the Fulanese and the Hausas. It is breaking this evening on the Pan-African Daily TV, 8 p.m. Europe, 2 p.m. Eastern American time, 3 p.m. Caribbean, and 10 p.m. East Africa time. And so you can always, fit in from your time. So Amos, what is it that we should know again before you go? Hello?
Sorry,
Hello?
I think my sound went.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me pick up
I just want to encourage young people who are watching across Africa
Amos.
that they can you hear me?
Amos, hold on. Let me pick up this caller. Maybe he has a question for you. Hello?
Okay.
Hello, yes, hello.
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Susan. I'm so pleased and I'm very inspired with what the coordinator of PLO Lumumba and of course I'm Matthias Anwar, a Sudanese, and I'm living in Italy. I have been following Patrick Lumumba since my high school, and it inspires me, and it is really one of the foundation that if all youths and Africans in general can at least take all what the initiatives the foundation is delivering, that will be very nice. And what I would like to advise is at least let them reach out or other remaining African countries and try to make more encouragement to youth, because youths are the tools for change or for development Africa. And another thing is, if this is just like suggestion or question, I don't know if the office is being established first, or just individuals are being selected, then to make just initiatives, or to make delivering the projects, or try to give awareness based on the projects, or based on the foundation, or I don't know.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
How it is. Yeah.
We would. Sorry, you can address your questions on this, what the foundation does and how they do it, to that address that he just said. You've been watching us from the beginning of the program, info@plfoundation.com, or you send it. I saw your number in our WhatsApp group. I would connect you to the foundation, and each chapter and all the questions that you want to know would be answered. Okay, so thank you for calling.
Okay.
Yes, thanks so much. Amos, you wanted to conclude. Go ahead, because we're ahead of time.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell young people who are watching this program is that you are welcome to participate in the PLO Lumumba Foundation. But apart from that, we also welcome you to support, especially these such platform like the Pan-African Daily, because these are the only platform. This is the only platform that share African story and accommodate everyone. I've never seen a platform such as this. So we welcome young people to subscribe, share, and let us make this platform our only platform to interact across Africa, just as other Western countries have their platform. So let also Africa has its own platform that can help all Africans. And I just want to thank Dr. Susan for arranging this show, and also for ensuring that young people out there, they are empowered, because what young people need is empowerment. They don't need to be facilitated in terms of money, but they need empowerment. Once they get that empowerment, then money to help them live will come out. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Amos, and thank you for coming. And please tune in again this evening on The Breaking. And our greetings to the great Professor PLO Lumumba out there. You stay safe there, and blessings to you and your family. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Susanna.
Thank you. Yes, and to you, our dear listeners watching us, please, you can subscribe on our channel. We have multiple platforms, but the easiest one to do, you watch us daily on the PLO Lumumba Foundation page. As you can see, those that are watching from East Africa and all over, but also you can watch us on our Pan-African Daily TV page, Facebook page, or you can also watch on the Susan Tata page, or you can also watch on the Global Village page, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel. All these platforms, but very soon we're going to start streaming from our Africa Facebook AfroWorld.tv platform. That is going to be the biggest platform for Africans worldwide. You asked and we created, and now it is 100% functioning. It is functioning, it is friendly, it is secured. So if you haven't downloaded the app for Android users, please do it right now. If you need that contact and you don't have access, please send us a message in our WhatsApp group on this WhatsApp number rolling here. Or for iPhone users, you can just subscribe while we're still developing the app for iPhone users. You just go on www.afroworld.tv and create an account and create your page and start using the facilities on the market to market your products, your organizations, your initiatives, your art, your music, your everything. It is the Africa Facebook for Africans worldwide. Yes. Now we also talked about the WhatsApp Supra. It is facing some small challenges now with security and all, but the features that are actually are available on that app, we've integrated them on the AfroWorld.tv platform. And so you go in, create your account, sign in, Because it's easy when we talk. We always talk and we say we talk. But the one thing that I've noticed with us African people is the need for change management. We enjoy other platforms, even though we say, they are not our own, or they are tapping into our information and they're doing it. But once you get yours, we're so slow to leave the existing place. We understand that has to do with change. When you're used to something, it takes time. But be aware of the fact that having an Africa Facebook doesn't mean that we're not going to collaborate with existing structures. We are collaborating in the world to tap all the resources. But the Africa Facebook, the AfroWorld.tv, is a interface and a proactive app for Africans to sell, to connect, to unite, to build projects, and to sell. And believe me, we work with Amazons to sell your products, your books, everything that you want. When I say we work with them, means if you're available on Amazon, Amazon is diverse to the whole world. It's the same thing like you're available on Facebook. There's a lot of people there. But we want just an Afrocentric platform where Africans buy from Africans using all secured measures. Now, don't tell me, oh no, why Amazon? Why not? It is secured. We don't need to create these skies anymore, but we're doing our business from us, business to business, black on black. So there's nothing wrong in collaborating with existing structures. What we're doing is filtering and putting ourselves on a focus. We're not saying that, the demonic platforms of this. No, it is the same, but the targets that are existing there are not oriented on one focus. That's why we create the Africa Facebook for Africans. Asian, they have their Asian Facebook. Philistines and Indians, this one is Africa Facebook. And the webpage is www.afroworld.tv, or you download that app. So make sure you sign in and you put your organization up there, or your initiative, or your classes, or your innovation, or you're looking for funding. Create a page and start navigating. There are already big companies existing there, Black Americans that are selling their products, and they're also looking to support projects on the continent and to work and collaborate with each other. So make sure you subscribe and have an account there. The futures are the same and even more bigger than what we have on other existing platforms. We have put a lot of energy, a lot of resources, and a lot of money to build that platform. We are not in a rush because we know that platform is going to accommodate all Africans on the continent. So now you have a diversity and a choice. If you want to stay on Facebook just to do your blah, blah, it's okay. But when you are on AfroWorld.tv, it is for conscious Africans, Africans that know what they want, and Africans that are beating for the news and the upgrade and the development of Africa. That is the difference. So sign up today and make yourself part of it. We're going to see ourselves tonight on this breaking on Nigeria with a special guest, Femi, or another person tonight at 8 p.m. on the Pan-African Daily. So stay tuned. We see ourselves just in a couple of hours. Bye-bye.